Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, episode 74.5.
0.2.
The podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool, frosty beer while we're doing it. I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger, and with me as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
All right, so we also have a lady. And then you gave me a look like I was going to forget you. I wouldn't do that. Forever. Here you go.
All
Start
right.
opening them up.
Oh, turn the
Kristen
label away.
Ellinger is with. Turn the label away. It's camera magic today. Welcome to the Nerd Room, Kristen.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks for joining us again.
Yeah.
So we just did episode 74, and we had a little bit of technical issue.
Yep.
Some really awesome sounds in the microphone. So there were a few people that watched it, and thank you for watching it. Hopefully you can watch this one, and we will say a few things different.
Yeah, it's not going to be the same episode.
No.
But
And-
it is the same.
Yes, for everybody else out there. So we were supposed to be drinking the West. Can I steal your beer, Thunder?
Yeah, go right ahead.
We were going to be drinking the West Coast
You're concentrating.
IPA from Green Flash Brewery, and we did actually drink it.
We did.
And we drank it
Twice.
out of the tap. Yes, like a few days before we drank it on the original episode 74. So we compared it. At least I did a few times to the Outburst.
Yep.
And would you disagree that that's a horrible comparison, or that
No.
that's a good comparison?
Oh, yeah, it's a good comparison.
Yeah. So we decided, since we couldn't get that one again right away, we're going to drink some Outburst and compare the two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here we go. I'll pour my glass. What do you think right off the bat? How do they compare?
Well, the Green Flash, I think, had better color.
But
It
this
did.
is a lot clearer.
Yeah.
But this is way clearer.
Yes.
The Green Flash was a little hazy. Yeah, this is like crystal clear.
Yeah, it is.
They must filter it. But,
I almost think I get it. I know. I always check it out with my nose first, right?
of course.
Eyeballs, nose, then throat. I think it's a little...
This smells hoppier.
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely has that little
More
more that's
citrusier.
a little more citrusy in there. It
Yep.
still does have that malty kind of smell to it, though.
Oh, very much so. But that's the 8+%.
Yes, yeah.
You're
We
gonna
still
get
went with another big beer.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
That's what you were comparing it to.
yeah. Well, in the West Coast, I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't think it was bad at all.
No, we gave it decent scores. I
I
was
gave
trying
it
to
a
remember.
7, I think.
Yeah, and I gave it a 7.5. Do you
I
remember
gave
what you
it
gave
a
it?
7.
And Kristen gave it a 7. So, I don't know. Let's give this one the test. We've already drank it before, but here we go.
Yeah.
To all the nerds,
Through all the fuzz.
bottoms
Bottoms
up.
up.
Let's get nerd buzzed.
It tastes so familiar.
Yeah, it does.
So way sweeter right away.
Yeah.
And
Not as hoppy in the back of your tongue.
no, but it definitely settles in with the hops, and it's just the hops linger.
Yeah.
Definitely sit more,
Maybe a little bit lighter mouthfeel.
much lighter on my mouthfeel.
Yeah. Than the one than the original West Coast.
Yeah, the West Coast was much heavier.
So they're a little different, but they do have they're similar. They're in the
Similar.
same category.
Oh, well, yeah, Imperial
Yeah.
IPAs.
Yeah.
Or double IPAs.
Yeah.
So,
So let's move on to our nerd play, which we all did play.
Yes.
I even played more of it because I had a little time to kill between between episode 75 versions. And we played 10-Second Ninja. 74, sorry. I'm already jumping ahead.
yeah, you are.
So we played 10-Second Ninja, which is a side-scroller platformer 2D, like beat the 10-second clock to get through the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's frantic.
Very.
Very frantic. And I actually really enjoyed it.
Yes, which is not Jeremiah's gameplay style at all.
No, it is not. I tend to like to think things through and methodically take care of them. But this gives you the opportunity to solve it like a puzzle and think it through. But then you have to be frantic about your actions after that.
Yes.
And not hit the freaking shoulder button.
Yes. Which is
Shuriken, no! No!
Restart.
Oh yeah, but that was the beauty of it. It just restarted like instantly.
Yes. For a game that's like a speedrunner like this, or any game where you're expected to do the same thing over and over and over, you have to put a quick restart in it.
Yes.
Yeah, we were even saying, even for just your basic racing game, make a restart. Don't make me go all the way back to the menu and pick everything and go through all that loading again.
Unless it's amazing, like Gran Turismo.
That's right. That was the exception. What did you think of 10 Second Ninja, Kristen? I know it's right up your alley, too.
Oh, no, not at all. It was
All video games are right up your alley.
It was way too frantic for me. I am a button masher because I don't play video games. So anything like that, I just click buttons and hope for the best. And it is not a game for someone like that. You have to really focus on what button you're pushing and when and how you're doing it, and you have to think it out, and it has to be so fast and frantic, and I don't know where any of the buttons are on the controller, so it just is chaos for me, and I can't handle it. It's too much going on, and I don't like it.
At least you're not running into walls.
No,
Yeah, or
I
hitting
don't have a little
R1.
cloud coming and picking me up and turning me around. If that tells you my level of gameplay.
Specifically Mario Kart.
Yeah.
We did play some, because I did want to throw down a little of your opinion on the Persona 5. And you liked that one because it wasn't frantic.
Yes. I actually enjoyed it. I'm still in the tutorial, but that's mostly because anytime we're home together, you're playing it. So
Yes, that's
You know.
also very true. And to be fair, it's probably got one of the longest tutorials in the world. Like, the tutorial,
I
I want to
wouldn't
say, is
know.
like... I mean, it depends on how fast you're racing through the game, but I bet it's at least like 5 hours.
I played 2 hours, and I know I'm still in the tutorial.
Yeah. No, it's seriously like a 5-hour tutorial, but it's great. I even still feel like my game is in the tutorial in Persona, and I'm like 20 something hours in. Like, I'm still unlocking and getting new abilities and like learning a new skill that totally changes the game. So, which again, super big plus. It's awesome. Get it.
Nice.
But back to 10 Second Ninja, which has ninjas in it. We did mention that
Dude, that
makes
gives-
this game like half a point better right away.
Oh, right away.
Yeah, and shurikens,
Another half point.
right? And the fact that the shurikens go through multiple enemies, that's like at least a quarter point. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
Right? They're like super shurikens.
At least a quarter point.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to give it a half.
So should we slap a score on 10 Second Ninja?
Oh, sure.
I think my score was 6.5.
Okay.
And I think that's an appropriate score for it. It's very indie, very pretty simple, kind of basic, but it is totally addicting and a quick put up and down. I think you even mentioned the like Race the Sun.
Yes, I did
Right.
mention Race the Sun because of the quick restart
Yeah.
and the need to memorize the maps.
Yeah.
And unlike Race the Sun, this doesn't change every day, which that's something I totally appreciated about Race the Sun.
Unless you play it and beat it and keep unlocking new stuff. But yeah, at some point you'll quit finding new things.
Oh yeah, I think I fully maxed out my little ship.
Yeah.
There's nothing max. I've done all the go this way and flip this many times and get this and all that stuff. Yeah.
So is it a toss up between Race the Sun and Rebel Galaxy for which one you've put the most time in?
Oh, I probably put more time in Rebel Galaxy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I bet it's no contest. So did you give us your score?
No. I can't remember if I did 7 or 7.5. But
Oh,
I
so
liked
now does that mean you got to go 7.25?
Sure. 7.25. I guess that shuriken was a quarter. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What do you think, Kristen? Slap a score on it.
I gave it a 5 because I could see how if you knew how to push the buttons
Yeah.
the right way, it could be enjoyable. But for someone like me who doesn't know where the X and the Y and the Z and the T and the A and the B and the right and the left are, it's not
You
that
just like
great.
covered 4 platforms there.
I figured I'd just cover all my bases.
All the
right?
bases.
All of
I don't know
them.
where any of this stuff is. One of my favorite parts of watching you play Persona, you were so cute whenever you did it, was whenever they would like prompt you to push a button and you'd always be like look down scanning the controller. I was like, she's adorable. Yeah.
I told you I don't know where anything is. I know X is on the bottom. That's what I
Yes.
know. Because that's
Triangles
what I
on the top.
use for like Netflix and
That's true. Yeah, that's a
Hulu
common
and-
Netflix button. Yes, and the center button. You're good at hitting the PlayStation button in the middle of the
sometimes
controller.
I'm great at that. Anything
What
else?
did I do?
Yeah.
That turns it off and on.
Yeah.
Well, and especially the PS3. You've mastered the PS3 controller for
Well,
Netflix.
For Netflix.
Yeah.
And Hulu.
Yeah, all your streaming
And
stuff.
switching back and forth between Netflix and Hulu.
So let's move on to a little bit of nerdy stuff.
All right.
Of course, right away, I do want to thank everybody that's following us and subscribed on YouTube, especially those that watched the bad episode 74.
So have you taken it down?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I did take it down.
Okay.
I put it up there. I watched 5 minutes just to check all the audio because we've been working with audio stuff, and we're trying to get it all dialed in. And I listened to it, and I was just like, oh my god, that's terrible. And I went to pull it down pretty quickly, but it had already been watched by like 7 people.
Wow.
So thank you to you 7.
Yes,
That's
thank you.
awesome, and hopefully this will be better. So, but please do go and subscribe to it. If we get 100 people to subscribe to our channel, then we can actually call our channel YouTube/Nerdbuzzed, which would be
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Right? A little pat on the back from everybody out there would be great.
So again, just go watch the video, click below, subscribe.
Yes.
That's right.
Like,
subscribe to
and
their
review.
channel.
As we said in the original 74, you might have to shrink the screen because I'm sure that you're dominating whatever platform you're watching it on.
Yes.
And filling up the whole screen. So you might have to actually shrink the screen to find that subscribe
Yep.
button.
Go out full screen.
We won't be offended if you do that, but just be quick. The other thing, once again, if you go to patreon.com/nerdbuzzed, you donate $1 a month, you get an extra episode of Nerdbuzzed.
Yep.
Every
But not
month.
like this one. Not a 2.5.
yeah, not a repeat.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole new, just us goofing around, drinking beer, having fun. You can ask us questions or whatever you want us to do, and it'll be great. It'll be real fun, casual episode.
If it's only $1, I think that we pick what it is.
We pick what it is.
Yes.
Okay. How about if they donate $2?
we can be dancing monkeys then.
Okay.
Not literally.
Let's see. We talked about a little. Yeah. So what's that price limit? We'll talk about that later. We'll
Yeah.
put some different goals on there.
We'll talk about that on the $2
the
episode.
dancing monkey goal. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about Persona 5. I wanted to touch on that. On the original episode 74, I was going to mention this Powerless show that Rob has pushed for me to watch. He didn't push, but he was like, hey, this is right up your alley, blah, blah, blah. And so I was going to do it, and I didn't. But now me and Kristen have had time to binge watch, like, how many episodes?
I don't even know. It's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing. In between our original 74 and this 74, let's just call this one the episode formerly known as episode 74.
Okay.
But we watched all of them that were available, and it's a very Better Off Ted, but not as good.
Yeah.
Not better than Better Off Ted.
No, they're trying to follow kind of the speech patterns and comedy layout of Better Off Ted, just without quite the same execution. It's grown on me. The first few episodes irritated me, but it's definitely grown on me. I kind of like it in a
And it's
guilty pleasure.
yeah, right.
kind
It's
of
totally
way.
guilt. Speaking of guilty pleasures, we'll come to that later. The 80s, but it takes place in the DC universe, and it's about this like group of people. I can't remember even what the city's called, but they work for a Wayne building.
Okay.
So it's like totally it acknowledges that all the DC's
Charm City.
Thank you. See, we really did watch it, and So it takes place in the DC world, though. Like, all the heroes do exist, right? Like, there's an episode where they have a Batarang, and Batman's supposed to come back and get it, and like he's always in the shadow. You never actually see him, but he does have his little kind of cameo scene in the show, right? So there's all these kinds of things like that, but it's really slapsticky and goofy, and I don't know. It's very Better Off Ted,
Yeah.
but DC and not as good. But I don't know, which is a running theme for DC, and it's unfortunate. It really is.
I was talking to Will at the retail store,
Mm.
and he was stating how much he hated the Netflix and thought they were stupid and campy and just needed to go away, and how much better DC was doing.
What? Who is this person?
Will.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what my
At the
response
retail
was.
store.
Wow.
The retail store.
That's really
I'm
The
kinda
brick and
glad-
mortar store.
He
Yeah.
can't call me back or email me now because I'll be so hard to bite my tongue.
Oh, I hope he does.
Hope he calls.
Yeah.
Wow,
If-
well, you're
if-
wrong, Billy.
If he does, hit the record.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah,
That'll be a bonus episode.
we need that for a sound clip.
We have to have that'll be a bonus episode. Having Billy on here
Yeah.
and tear him apart.
Will.
He'll never be on
He
the
goes
show
by
again.
Will.
Oh, okay, well.
Only I call him Billy because that's what I've known him as.
Well, now I have to call him Billy
Entire life.
because now he's a total Billy. So we did get to watch the Thor trailer. So we have to
Yes.
talk about this because it came out last week. We all got to watch it. I'm so in love with this trailer. Trailers, I've said multiple
I know, you've
times.
said this like for 2 episodes now.
Yeah, right? I can't shut up about it. But I have said that trailers start to piss me off. And you feel like you've seen the whole movie by the time you're done watching the trailer. And this I so bad want more.
Oh yeah.
Right? Right away. The Guardians of the Galaxy has done that to me.
Yeah, so-
Marvel's been pretty good about doing that.
I was going to compare it to the Guardians trailer.
Yeah.
Actually, it was pretty good. I
They-
still like the Hulk scene.
Yes. And when Thor totally has this celebration moment, that's we had very similar looks on our face the
Yes.
first time I watched that. It's just
Yes.
oh yes, I agree, Thor. I'm so excited. It was pretty good. What did you think, Kristen?
I thought it was good. The only concern I had, which I think if they're not careful, they can go too far with it, is using the humor in it and making him kind of like the dopey dumb guy, the big
The
bulky,
Gimli.
the big bulky brute. Because was it the Lady Ghostbusters where
Mm-hmm.
he's like the bumbling idiot the whole time?
Dude, he did that amazing with
He
that. though.
did, and that was that character. And based on the little bit of the trailer, I was a little concerned that they might be making that into this part, and I don't want Thor to go too far in that direction. A little comedy relief is good, but I don't want it to go that far.
I totally
I-
agree with you.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Other than that, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and the
And I
parts
want to
that-
find out if that's where they go with it.
Yeah, when the parts that were in it were pretty funny.
Right.
Right.
and
Yeah.
The destruction of Mjolnir. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who,
Totally.
Who was it that destroyed it?
I believe her name's Hela.
Oh, okay.
So, and she looks like she just wipes out all of Asgard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus Mjolnir and just devastates everything. So it's all, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm baffled by it. The other thing I did notice when I was watching it that I was a little bit concerned about is that it looks like it might be the heaviest green screened of the Marvel movies, like because we had my brother on when we were talking about
seen
Civil War and
Doctor
other
Strange,
stuff. Yeah,
right?
that was super green screen too, right? So, and I remember my brother complaining when he was on about Civil War that it was super green screened, right? And I did think that one was a little more balanced, and it wasn't as bad as Doctor Strange, but I don't want him. I don't want to see him go that route with it. Like if you're gonna have, they have what 3 movies this year, so if that's like is that more expensive or is that cheaper to do more green screen stuff? It's got to be cheaper than like building props and stuff, right?
You would
There's
imagine.
probably like some sort of line there.
You'd
right?
imagine, but there's. How many hours does it take? Are you paying somebody to create it to a level where it meets the level of visuals that you want?
Yeah.
And how much every time you add something, add another layer, that's more money.
Oh yeah, like I'm sure that these are, movies that cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and I bet millions of that is in special effects. Millions and millions.
Just digital
Yeah.
special effects.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I did think that though when I came away, I was like, there's a lot of stuff going on that you can tell isn't real, right? But it is kind of like Doctor Strange because again, it's Thor magic. Right,
Yeah.
so there's a lot more of that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm still super excited. The text, the font in it, amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was like a death metal.
Oh my god! It totally brought me back to middle school computer class.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Pissed me off because they give you the whole. This is what you got to get done for the year in computer class, right? So I sat down, I hammered that crap out in like the first 2 weeks so that I could play Oregon Trail.
Yes, because it's
And-
middle school.
Yes. And I was like, dude, I hammered this crap out. I aced it all. Turn it in. I'm like, dude, give me my Oregon Trail password. oh, well, you did so well. You got to go help all the other students.
Man,
I was
did you
so-
did you then say, okay, well, give me their Oregon Trail passwords. I will help them. They will beat Oregon Trail for all of them.
No, I ended up getting it like for the last month of the class, but it still pissed me off.
Did you still get it before a lot of other people?
I say about 3 other people got it at the same time I did.
Nah, maybe that's what it was. He was waiting. That's why he wanted you to help somebody. He's like, I can't let one person do it the whole time. If you help somebody catch up to you, you too can do it then.
Yeah, and now I know Jack.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're really
computers.
really good at Oregon Trail.
Oh, dude, I'm amazing. The whole family, minus the little kid, makes it every time.
Nice. I would say the whole trailer was very Guardians of the Galaxy because of the Led Zeppelin track, even.
Yeah.
Like just the whole, it was so good. So good. Check it out. I can't wait for it. You're going to go see it with me, right, Kristen? Because she has a choice.
Well, I think you answered yourself there already.
The other trailer that we did get was the first teaser trailer
Yes.
for The Last Jedi.
Looked freaking amazing. Other than this scene where they're flying across the planet with the red clouds.
Or with the dust, the red dust.
Yeah, the red dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
You didn't like that? Was it
just
too
looked-
pod racer?
It was. it just looked like every other...
Hey, but the pod racer, that was the best part of that movie.
It was the best part of that movie, but you have, okay, insert fast-moving object with dust coming off for pod racer. Insert fast-moving object with water spray coming off for X-Wings. Insert fast-moving object for... it's a stock scene that they have. They just...
Yeah.
Oh, drag, drop, drag, drop, drag, drop. Okay, we've got it.
Yeah.
We'll have to cut the cost somewhere.
Yeah, right.
No
You
kidding.
just talked about it.
That is the...
Special effects.
Well, and that's still my biggest concern about the Jedi is exactly what you're saying there, is that this next movie might be really formulaic and very Empire.
I hope it's Empire, though. Dude, that's like my favorite of them all.
Oh, it's hands down. If there's a favorite Star Wars, I totally give it to Empire. Empire is amazing. It's got to be one of the best sequels ever made because typically a sequel is not the best thing in the world.
No, but this was amazing.
Yes. What do you think, Kristen? What's your favorite Star Wars?
Oh, it's
Pull it out of the vault.
it's number 1. You know, with Anakin. No, just
Oh,
kidding.
because you're a really big fan of pod racing.
Right, that's
Yeah.
totally it. I love the dust.
Bringing it
I love
full
the
circle.
dust
Yeah,
and the pod racing. Jedi, probably, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time.
You like the happy Ewoks, huh?
Well, you know, I like cute little things.
They are adorable. I would say when I was a kid, Jedi was my favorite.
I think that's probably the last
I
time
watched the crap out of
watched
Jedi.
it.
as a
Yeah,
kid.
as a kid, but that was the one that came out when we were kids.
That's true.
And the Ewoks, when we were kids, had their own spin-off show and all that stuff. So like the Ewoks were in our face.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Well, and that whole beginning of it where, Leia's, spoiler alert, when Leia's in disguise and goes into Jabba's place and like all that, that whole scene there
oh
is
my
done
gosh, a
really well.
thermal detonator.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
She accepts. Or he accepts. Yeah.
they're both really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also saw the trailer for the new Battlefront.
I haven't watched it yet. I got it saved as a link right now.
Did you already pre-order it? Did you pre-order the special edition? How much
course
did you?
I did.
How much did you pay for Battlefront already?
Bite me.
I do have news though. There is no season pass.
I know. I saw that.
Did you hear that? Yeah.
I saw that. I saw there's no season pass. I saw there's actually a story campaign.
Yep.
So it's like,
Right. I think that says so much about them learning from that first one,
yeah.
like what the fans actually
I
want.
think it says so much about me learning from the first
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna wait a month until it comes down to $35.
Yeah. Well, or even right before, right? Like I got Persona. I even got the metal case, whatever version, for $45.
Oh, nice.
That, and because I ordered it the day or two before it came out, as long as you get it before release day.
Okay.
If you're Amazon Prime person.
yeah. Which why wouldn't you be?
Right. If you order a handful of things a year on Amazon,
Or
you
if you
more
watch-
than make up that money.
If you watch 3 episodes of something on Amazon TV,
Yeah.
listen to their music at all, it's done.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
covers it.
So let's get to the point. Speaking of movies and guilty pleasures and things that are just beyond amazing, we did go see I think I called it the most accurate, most researched, completely based on a true story, The Fate of the Furious.
Oh yeah, we did watch that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. No, you didn't forget. My eyeballs still hurt from all the crying I did. I did literally come out of the theater with like beet red eyes, and they were stinging from the amount of tears that were coming out of my eyes from just sheer laughing.
He's not lying at all.
I was laughing
Dude,
so hard.
His eyes were so swollen,
Yes.
and it wasn't laughing. We all know how heartfelt that was for you.
It was gut wrenching. It was gut wrenching.
Were the tears of joy? Were you so happy when you survived?
I was. It was such a roller coaster of emotions. It was the vigorous up and downs.
The chipmunks did it for you.
It's true. It's true. All of it. We did air tape people in the
Yes,
theater.
we 100% got goffed at by people.
Yeah.
By,
This half of the table.
by people in front of us, maybe behind us also.
Yeah.
Okay, I did break out into verbal laughter several times.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, we were not quiet about our amusement.
Yeah.
You couldn't contain it.
No, I
There was so much
actually
joy.
tried at first. I really tried to sit there and not do that, but then once it happened, that was it, man. This is going to be ridiculous, and I'm going to laugh the whole time. And I did.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I would
Your
I would
laughter
be
started
lying
annoying me
if
even.
Yep. Awesome. That's how much fun I was having.
Oh, I know. And I was like, really, you're laughing at this? Oh, yeah, okay, it's kind of like...
Yeah. It was also so amazingly predictable, but then even
everything
those,
was so predictable.
right? But even I will give it credit for a few times when I had thought that the predictability of it had stopped, and then all of a sudden they would hit you with the next ridiculous thing that followed up that scene, which is still very like cliche Fast and Furious, but I didn't expect that next.
It took it past the
one thing.
predictability.
Yes.
The one thing that I didn't expect was the raining cars.
Oh yeah, the zombie cars.
Zombie cars, yeah.
Because everything has to have zombies now.
Well, no, the zombie cars was fine. I got that, but the whole raining them out of the
Parking garage.
parking garage, yeah.
Well, because there's that many cars in a parking garage that.
It's twist top, man.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to hurt. I got gentle hands.
And you're using the wrong end. How many did you have before we started?
It's gonna be a good episode. So I think we learned some valuable things while watching Fate of the Furious.
Yeah.
I think it's our duty, as a reliable, credible source to educate the people. I know everybody watches our show to be educated, and we always want you to be done watching the show feeling better and smarter about yourself.
Everybody needs to start drinking canned beer
No. We're all going to drink canned beer? Where'd that come from?
because that's what makes your turbo faster.
Oh, yes, you're right. It could be anything, right? You need to save your pull tabs.
Yes.
Yes, because you can make a super fast turbo with it, if not destroy your turbo.
Well, you will,
Yeah,
but it only needs to make it for a mile.
that's right. It might catch on flames.
Did we say spoilers? I think we say spoilers. But
Spoiler alert. Yeah, sorry.
He'll put that in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your car catches on fire, first thing we learned is you can make a badass turbo with a pull tab.
well, no, you can make a badass turbo faster with.
Okay, with a pull tab, yes. And then if that makes your car too awesome, like to the point of awesomeness where it bursts into flames, which is pretty awesome,
Is highly likely.
all you have to do is put the car in reverse.
Yep, and hit 5th speed in reverse.
Yes. That's another thing we learned is that every car, especially Fast and Furious cars, have like 20 gears.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Because 5 of them are reverse gears and the other 15 are the forward gears. Because anytime you need more power in a car,
Yeah, you just drop a gear.
you just drop a gear.
yeah.
Yeah. You're going like 150 and there's somebody right on you. You can skip them probably and just go to first gear,
Or you
and
click
that's
your NOS
probably the
button.
best, right? You always use a NOS button.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or laughing gas. Was that what the other one? Like, I guess
Nitrous.
that's the same thing.
NOS,
Kristen's brain.
NOS is a brand. NOS.
Right.
It's nitrous. It's a
I get
nitrous
it.
button.
I understand.
Oh, do we
that.
want NOS though? Is NOS better? Is it like the
NOS
Nike?
is just
Is it
a
like the
brand.
Nike of nitrous?
Okay, yes, it is. It is totally the Nike brand.
What about
whatever.
the Adidas?
And I
though?
bet
What
it-
if you like Adidas better?
You're wrong.
Pumas?
No,
Fila's.
That'd be
it's the
nice
Nike.
Express.
Yeah.
How about my 4-stripe Adidas?
And I bet you go faster if you use a Red Bull pull tab.
Oh,
Oh,
totally.
well, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they have the bull punched out on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. See, that's an extra bull power. This whole movie is full of bull power.
Sounds like
let me tell
a
you.
lot of bull going on right now.
Okay,
Lots
so
of touring.
the next
Touring,
lesson
touring,
that we
whatever.
learned from Fast and Furious is that anytime your car might be on fire or you used too many pull tabs on your turbo or something crazy.
Hit the button too many times.
Yeah,
Going
you know,
too fast.
Yeah, right. Shifted into reverse on accident and you weren't going in reverse. Whatever it is, downshifted too many. All you have to do is roll out.
Oh, yeah.
You just open the door
Yeah, just your
and roll
door
out.
opens, no
Yep.
problem, and just roll out.
Yep.
Yeah.
It
Tuck
works
and roll,
best if you're
tuck
not
and
wearing
roll.
a shirt.
Totally.
Or no
wi-
sleeves,
Yes.
no
Yeah,
sleeves.
no
Yes,
sleeves.
thank
A
you.
sleeveless
Yeah.
shirt, yeah.
It would have been amazing if he would have had sleeves and done the tuck and roll.
And he came
then
up and
got
they were
up
like cut off
yeah,
sleeves.
Yeah. Or if
that
they
was
would
the
have caught
only
on
thing
fire, the car just kind of burnt to there. How awesome would that have been?
Fast and
As long as
Furious.
the
I
baby
feel
oil-
let
as
down
long-
now
as long as
that
the
you
baby
brought
oil
it
doesn't
there.
catch fire, it's all good.
Okay. It was pretty good. I also feel like something that we need to address that was in the movie that made me laugh several times was The Rock.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I
Dude,
think
he had this wicked power slide though.
he did. We have to bring that to attention. I don't want to get yelled at later because I didn't mention it like Ghost in the Shell. It was a pretty awesome power slide. He
Ghost
was,
in the Shells or the
oh
Rocks?
man,
Because Ghost in the Shell's power slide was a pretty wicked power slide. And it was the knee slide power slide.
it was, and it was to grab a gun.
Yep.
but how
But
many
The Rock's
stories
was
up
sexier.
it? And
Dude, the Rocks was a freaking baseball.
Under the bar,
He was
too.
sliding into second base, under the bar, under the catcher.
Yeah.
So it was obviously going home then.
Yes. Oh, we brought it home.
Oh, yeah.
And he was very Incredible Hulk. He just
Oh,
took
that was
rubber bullet
hilarious.
shots like they were nothing, just picked people up like they were nothing and threw them to the side. It was pretty good, actually. This is my he did have that awesome scene. I believe it was the Fast and Furious before this when he was in the hospital or whatever. They came like, we need your help. And his arm was in the cast and he just like looks at it and got his eye. He totally went Hulk mode and just goes poof, and busts the cast off his arm and then picks up the Gatling gun from the helicopter. Remember that? That was pretty
oh
awesome.
yeah, I do.
So basically what we're saying by that is that every single Fast and Furious movie is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They all need to be watched. Yes. At Easter,
They're encyclopedias of factual knowledge.
oh, totally.
Entirely.
Yeah, street smarts.
Yep.
That's all. That's it. Yeah.
If your car is pink, it's going to have pink exhaust flames.
Well, yeah.
And green if it's green exhaust.
Yes.
Yeah, it's totally the way it works.
Oh, that's just common sense.
And if you
Yeah,
have a fast
that's
car,
basics.
girls with the butts and the boobs are gonna want to like dance around your car.
Happens to me all the time.
You have a Fast and Furious car,
So, yeah, 10 seconds.
10-second mile car.
The problem,
10-second mile. Yeah, that's
Wait.
exactly it.
I will say
My
though,
brain's not functioning right today.
when your car's super awesome, like it sounds really cool to have chicks all over your car and stuff, but when you want to
Dude, they
drive
leave
somewhere,
marks.
it's a little annoying.
And they're always in the way.
I know, boob marks, various cheek marks all over the car. It gets girls, ease up just a little bit, please. I have places to go.
Oh man.
Yeah, you were actually a fan. You specifically noted
I
in the
did.
theater. You
I
leaned
did.
over to me and said, "I appreciate the butts and boobs."
Well, I said I appreciate that they're bringing that back into it for that first scene of the movie for the race and things like that, that they were bringing back the car racing and all of that, and with the dancing half-naked girls dropping their bra as the flag to start, and like I appreciate that because that is
Yeah, they really haven't done that
the
since what?
Fast and Furious
the third one.
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it kind of, went back to their heists and saving the world. But I'm glad that they brought it back, kind of.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm glad you were glad because I was glad.
Yeah, well,
It
for
made it
different
easier
reasons,
for me to be
I'm
glad.
sure.
Yeah. When you leaned over and said that, I was like, totally. So we did at Easter. My cousin was there, and he was commenting on how absurd the movies were, and that when he watched the trailer, he thought they took this one too far. And he
Is
said
that
it.
possible?
I don't think that's
yeah,
possible.
right. That's what I said. I was like, but that's the point, right? Like that's the whole
totally the
point.
point.
Yeah. But he said the scene that took it too far in the trailer was when The Rock leans out the car and grabs the torpedo and like steers it back
in the sandstorm, like you said.
Yeah, he thought it was a sandstorm. It was
And it was
actually
a
a
missile or
snowstorm.
something.
Quite the opposite. Yeah. But
Makes it far more
that was an
realistic.
amazing scene.
It was.
Yeah, super cool. No.
Yeah,
And that's how
we
it
had to
works.
lecture him on what cool was.
So when it's crazy, you dive out. Unless you're The Rock, then you just catch the missile or the torpedo and throw it back.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, because
You're the
he's
Rock.
the Rock.
Yeah.
Or Moana.
Or Moana.
Yeah. That was actually
haven't
brought up
seen-
too.
that was brought up
Yeah, that
too,
was
yeah.
totally brought up too.
But we haven't seen it. So
No, I haven't seen
we
that.
have no opinion. No spoilers here.
Yeah. My personal favorite scene that once it happened, that was it. I could not stop laughing till we got up and left. Was when spoiler alert, was when Dom was running from the heat-seeking missile and totally did the like classic turn to chase it and bring it back to the sub and blows everything up as he like again. I think he jumped out of the car again.
Yes.
Yes,
He did.
He rolled out.
Because it got crazy. So he jumped out of the car and he rolled out. And as the explosion was coming at him, he like put his arms up to block it. And I totally had this on the edge of my seat moment of like, no, Dom, oh no. And then the roller coaster came back and all the cars came in and deflected the blast.
Yeah.
That was so good. That was one of my favorite
Because
parts.
family is there for family.
Yeah.
Speaking of the whole Moana thing, though, back to bring it to that, you didn't appreciate the haka?
The haka.
the haka,
Yeah, see,
yes.
I'm not up on all that.
That's
But I did notice
rugby,
you guys
rugby.
were
That
noticed
killed
it.
me. That was hilarious. I was like, that's the beginning of the movie. I was
Yeah.
when I started laughing during that, and that's a big like rugby thing
yeah.
to have intimidation and
Yeah, but the haka is totally a Polynesian thing,
right, but
and it's usually done by men. And
not
not
little
the-
girls
not little
pee-wee
girls.
football,
Not the
or
ladybugs, is
soccer.
that what
yeah,
they were?
that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
They were the dragons.
Oh, the dragon. Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
the
because
dragon.
dragons are super fierce,
Yep,
like the Rock's
It was so
daddy.
good.
it was. It was great.
I loved The Rock in this movie.
Was that his actual daughter?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll have to look it up sometime. I just started.
I guess
thinking
it
about
could be. It's not like she had many lines, right? They
No.
weren't dependent on her acting skills.
that. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Are they
Okay,
dependent
to be
on
fair, yeah, I was
anyone's
just gonna
acting
say.
skills in these
To be
movies?
fair, acting skills don't sell this movie. I did see online though that I'm just kind of stabbing in the dark. I can say for sure it sold really, really well. Like I think it set standards for like opening weekend box office sales.
They're saying that it's nipping at Star Wars.
Yeah.
Heels.
I'd heard that. That's what I was going to say, was that it passed Star Wars. And I think I heard that, but I'm not sure.
I don't think it's past them yet, but they're saying it's on track too.
Yeah. Which is crazy. And
Yeah.
I heard that part of the reason why is because it's a big hit in China.
Rock.
Well,
Yeah. Right?
Well, the funny thing is the other day we were watching all those like behind facts of on the PlayStation YouTube channel, whatever that
Yeah.
was playing while we were getting ready for Easter. And one of the things they said was that the whole franchise was supposed to stop at a double whatever episodes of 6 and 7,
Yeah.
right? So, and that was supposed to be the end of the franchise.
Or was it even 4 and 5?
No, I think it was 6 and 7.
Okay.
It was supposed to be 6, but then they decided they were maybe going to split it into 2. And now maybe it was 5 and 6. I don't remember. They were going to stop it somewhere, but now it's just going stronger than ever.
And I
Yeah.
love it. I'm so pleased. They're so good.
Okay, and because of that, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Paul Walker died.
You think so?
I really do.
Well,
'Cause, I mean, it really brought a lot of attention that they wouldn't have gotten. I mean, to it for number 6
yeah, that was 6.
You mean number 7?
or 7.
7 is the one where that all actually happened.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it happened during
He
the
was,
filming. I
yeah,
believe
he was
that's
in
right.
part of.
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
There's such a blur of awesomeness for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
I get blinded one after another by the awesomeness and my tears.
Yes, fast. Yeah. Anyway, but bugs me with the kid's name.
Oh, you think because they named him Brian?
They named him Brian. I think if they,
Oh, spoiler alert.
I really wish they would have named him Paul.
But
You
we
think?
both called it.
Yeah,
Brian.
totally. We called
I,
it.
I was sitting there the whole movie going, okay, he's totally. When they first said you need a name, I'm like, call him Paul. Call him Paul. Please call him Paul.
But that doesn't make reference to anything in the world.
Yes, but
Right, but it's
everybody,
the actor.
everybody knows Paul.
Maybe the kid's real name, we should watch the credits, is Paul. Would that do it for you?
Okay, that would.
If his real life name was Paul?
if they did it, that would do it for me.
Okay, we'll have to,
But you
we'll have
know
to
what
check
I'm
it out
saying,
now.
though.
No,
I'm
I
just
get what
saying-
you're saying. But
Yes,
Paul
he-
doesn't exist
Paul's
in the Fast
character
and Furious world.
is Brian. I get it.
Yeah,
But as far as they're concerned, Brian's off somewhere doing something.
yeah.
You know, they even mentioned at the beginning of the show, like, we're not going to call Brian and then we're not going to involve him in this.
Yeah.
So they're obviously alive and off and doing something.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going to name the kid something. Name the kid Paul.
No, I like Brian. I like Brian better. My vote's for Brian.
Bite me.
You could do a hyphen name, Brian Paul.
Yeah,
Paul
maybe.
Brian.
Yeah, maybe it's Brian Paul Toretto.
PBT.
Yeah.
What was the middle name? Was it Marcus? I thought she said we call him Marcus,
Oh, might
but
have
he
been.
doesn't have a first name.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
don't
laughed a
remember
little bit
the
about
name.
that.
Yeah. Of course.
So Brian Paul Marcus,
Yeah.
Toretto.
Yeah.
No, Toretto.
Well, and I think that one of the biggest credits that, like on a serious note, that Fast and Furious gets is the way they handled that whole Paul Walker thing in that movie.
Mm.
Like, I think beyond tastefully done.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like, they could have just, I mean, they kind of acknowledge what happened in there in a way that there's totally that scene that is the tribute to his character and that he's not going to be in anymore. And so they totally make that stand out in it. But it's so
In the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, number
Yeah.
7.
In the one where he died during the filming.
Yep.
But it's so tastefully done and done so well with still like paying respect to him because he's a real person also, but also acknowledging it for the fans of the series, without making it super cheesy or just like a cash grab. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I really give it a lot of respect for that, actually. Like on the most serious Fast and Furious note I think I could ever put out there. But but they really did do it really well. That was something else I talked about with my cousin about the fact he appreciated that too, and he actually really liked the last one. And I was like, well, go see this one then. Like it's so good. So should we put a score on it?
Okay.
All right. I remember what I gave it because you told me. So now I do remember. And I think that I'm right. It is a 8.5 for me. It's so close to amazing.
Yeah, I think I did an 8.
An 8.
Last time I gave it an 8, but upon reflection, I really feel like it's closer to the unicorn, and I want to give it like an 8.75.
Oh, nice. Just
Maybe
gotta
an
outdo me.
8.5, but 8.75.
All right. I tried to wait because we learned on the previous on the episode
don't.
formerly known as episode 74 that you don't like to go first.
No.
So
I have to hear everyone out before I make up my mind.
Yeah.
And I can't do the same thing as someone else.
Yeah. So we've already touched on, I think, kind of one of my main questions is why is it good? Clearly because it is what it is,
Yeah, it owns it.
right?
It just totally owns what it is.
Yeah. And in such a absurdly awesome way.
And
Beyond good.
it's an absurdly awesome way that they have established since the very first one. They haven't deviated.
Well, I would say I think the very first one is has a little bit more of a serious tone to it. And then your second one, I think it's really kind of weird and very caperish and goofy. And then that third one, they kind of like try to bring it back again with different characters and has a little bit more serious tone. But then after that, it's just like balls to the wall, and you get Fast and Furious, and they're just
Okay,
ridiculous.
And it gets faster and more furious.
They do try to be very serious with Tokyo.
Yeah, and I almost feel like the first one is a little bit more has some more serious undertones.
Yeah, but their tech is so wrong.
Yeah, well, but I also love you watch that first one. They totally start from the garage shop, right, and then they work their way up to the secret government card, like G.I. Joe, right? I love that you get that progression as
I
you watch
was
the
the
movie.
orange one.
Yeah. For the snow scene.
Yes, for the snow scene. Yep.
So again, they deliver what you want so much. It's awesome. But that made me think. So now we're gonna bring it up. Guilty pleasures.
Okay.
Guilty pleasures round 2. And right away, we already admitted one. Remember? Powerless.
Powerless, yeah.
Yeah, which we weren't quite powerless to resist its cheesy charm, but it's pretty bad. I could see people hearing me say I watched it and it was decent, and then watch it and be like, "Oh my god, that guy sucks. He's an idiot." Because it's pretty bad.
And that
Nice,
Powers,
thanks, buddy.
I haven't seen
Powers
it. I
show.
can't comment on it.
Yeah.
The
Powers is such a
That's like
guilty
the-
pleasure.
PlayStation show.
Yes, that's been canceled, officially canceled. We won't
darn.
get any more. Yeah.
No more.
I know. I don't know how I can go on. I'm gonna have to watch Fast and Furious again. Find another reason to live.
My heart is breaking.
Yeah.
No more of the Diamond or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
We watched it all though, so
We did seasons 1 and 2,
Wow.
and I have the Powers
I
comic
think I've
book.
seen like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Episodes 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. No, they get. I mean, they're horrible, but they're not any worse than a CW show.
Oh yeah.
Which, coming back to guilty pleasures, CW shows.
Nice.
We got caught up on it last night. Was it last night?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday.
So how
Yeah.
how did
The
all-
100.
How did all the Supergirl girl stuff go together?
We didn't get caught up on that one. We got caught up on the 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
And then
is
watched that
definitely a
stupid
guilty
Powerless
pleasure.
show. Oh yeah, the 100 is such a guilty pleasure. That is so beyond predictable, and it's just super absurd.
But I really like it.
I really like it too, and it's easy. It's easy to watch because there's a lot of like explosions and blowing people up and blood and guts and stuff.
So
It's something we can both relate to.
written and
Yeah.
directed by Sylvester Stallone.
It should be.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it should be.
Okay.
No, he's too busy with the.
The Expendables.
No, he's done with that. They've called quits on that.
Oh, okay.
What's he doing now? What is it called? The Beastmaster.
Oh,
We watched it. Remember that was garbage too.
That
He's
was-
not
doing-
in it, but he's producing it.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch some of that?
I've not.
Oh, Trevor's got to be into it. I know he's into it. Watch it with Trevor. What do you think, Jeremiah? What's your guilty pleasure? What's something that you want to tell the whole world that you really love? That's absurd.
Oh, obviously the ranch.
Yes. Oh my God, that is such a turd fest. I can't stand that show at all.
Oh God, I haven't watched any more of it.
Yeah, but you would.
No, not really.
No, you're
It's
done with it
okay.
too now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
made it. Well, I think I
a
made
little,
it
a little more
3
guilty than
episodes.
pleasure.
I made it 3. I think I made it 3 episodes.
All right. I only watched. I think 3's as far as I made it too.
Oh, okay.
Because I really try to stick to my rule: 3 episodes. Right. The pilot doesn't count. It's weird, and people are figuring out characters and whatever.
Yeah.
No, they're still those same characters all the way through. Any
The
of those
first
I've seen.
episode though, I thought was hilarious though.
Oh, it's so bad.
It is bad, but they're so making fun of what's his name?
Kusher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
He is
just
the,
totally
like-
ragging on him the whole time, and that's what I thought was funny about it.
Yeah. That's very true. They do
Yeah.
do that. do.
Guilty pleasure for me, I have to say Yo Mishi Pedal. Just anime. Actually, that was weird.
The bike riding anime.
Yeah, well, just sports anime in general. I find them easy watches. Put them on background. They're always going for me. I don't know.
In English, then I would assume.
No, those are always in Japanese, actually, unfortunately.
So how do
Because
you know
they're-
what's going on? If you're not watching it, it's in the
Because it's a
background.
sports anime, you really don't need to follow it exactly close. Oh, look. It's baseball. They're throwing a pitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Come back. Oh, hey, they're still swinging their bat. Awesome. Cool.
a girl in the background going, ah, ooh.
That's your favorite part.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's totally Kristen's favorite part.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's right. What's your guilty pleasure, Kristen?
Oh, probably Gilmore Girls, because I have all of the DVDs and was so stoked when they released the full series on Netflix, so I didn't have to switch discs out.
Because that's the
I don't
world
have
we
to
live
get
in.
up.
Yeah,
The
I was just gonna
only,
say.
the only
How
thing I have
pathetic
to
are we?
do is after 4 episodes, which is 4 hours, click yes, stop judging me, Netflix.
Yes, I'm still watching.
Stop judging me. That's great. I like that.
It's totally what it does.
Of course,
yeah.
I'm still watching.
It's Gilmore Girls. Come on, Netflix. Don't you know?
Yeah. We've been through this, Netflix.
A couple times.
Today.
Hey now.
I have also seen massive amounts of Gilmore Girls. I bet
By
there's
proxy?
No, he did it by choice, I'm sure. He sits up, watches it
yeah,
when he's taking a bubble bath.
it's my favorite time actually.
Candles are lit.
Yes.
So that's the real... Gilmore Girls is the real reason that your computer flips on his back, huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Just for Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
I have seen. There might be an episode or two that I've never seen. Still, you think?
Every once in a while,
There's
you'll
still some
come in
gems?
when I have it on in the background and you say you don't remember or don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, and then be like, oh no, this
You're like,
Luke,
And then
Oh,
I
Luke
explain it
this
to
or
you, and you're
Lorelai
like,
this
oh, this
or
is like the episode before the last one I saw.
Suki this or yeah, yeah. I know all the characters, and and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I remember what happens, but it's not terrible. I'll say that. I've seen such worse chick shows than Gilmore Girls, and I think there's so many shows out there for like young girls to watch that I think is horrible. Like I would never ever let my daughter watch so many of the like scandalous, like everybody's sleeping with everybody and that's okay, and just like crazy drama fest shows.
I have the question now, and I'm sure she does now.
Yeah,
Who's your daughter?
Yeah, what daughter is this?
No, if I had a daughter, yeah. If I had a daughter, I would be way more okay with her watching Gilmore Girls. Yes. My daughter doesn't watch Gilmore Girls. She doesn't watch any of this.
So who is your daughter?
We'll talk about this later. If you donate $1, you'll get to hear me explain to my wife. For
On
only
Patreon.
$1.
That's a $2 episode.
Yeah. So basically, bottom line is, I really think guilty pleasures are actually super awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. And Fast and Furious is totally one of them. And everybody needs to watch it. It's
Yeah.
super amazing. So let's move
I
on.
think it's the best movie that we've watched this year.
You did say that. Yes. I'm glad that you brought that up again. Because
Totally.
I have to agree with you.
I mean, we had Logan, Ghost in the Shell, and now this.
Yeah.
Logan, good movie. I liked the movie. Did not do the comic justice at all.
No, I don't think so either.
And
And it was convoluted. It had weird kind of
weird pacing.
yeah,
Yeah.
weird stuff going on.
Well, the first half was amazing. And the second half was just, I don't know, felt kind of rushed.
Yeah. And they went with the weird clone thing. I'm not the hugest fan of the weird clone thing. Yeah, it had weird
Technically,
things
they're
to
both clones.
it. I guess so. Yes.
Anyway. That, and then we had Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Which...
Oh, come on. There were several 5-second moments that movie was a
5
unicorn.
second moments that almost made it worth it.
Yeah.
Are they? They are. They aren't.
They were so close.
I
So
know.
close. It was a different kind of roller coaster ride.
Yeah, it was.
I had tears for a different reason at the end of that movie. I think I'm in the same boat with you. I think as far as coming out of the theater and just being so glad that I spent that $10 to have that experience, and obviously I physically showed signs of how much I loved it by the end. That movie was so good.
That's funny you put it that way. Have you seen the Clerks cartoon, where it's the court scene?
I remember that one with Judge Reinhold.
Yes, with
Yeah.
Judge Reinhold, and every witness he brings up is a director.
Yes.
I want my $10 back,
Yeah.
or $8, but yeah.
Yeah. Inflation. Yes.
Tells you how old that short
No,
is.
they can have my $10. I would have paid $12 to see that movie.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I think we did. But anyway.
Here,
we
babe.
got the matinee
You need
price.
a little more. We got a cheers coming up. Don't mess up the cheers. So, bottom line, it's amazing. Go see it. Enjoy your guilty pleasures. And we should touch on our anime real quick, which is not a guilty pleasure for me. We're watching. It's not guilty or a pleasure. I'll be upfront and blatant about it. I hate this show, and it's Fairy
far.
Tale. Yeah, and I've still yet to watch it with a bowl of cereal on the weekend. But this Saturday, I have a date with Fairy Tale, and I'm gonna enjoy a bowl of. I almost feel like it deserves Fruit Loops.
I was gonna say Fruit Loops
Yeah,
or Trix even.
yeah. Fruit Loops, the cereal that you immediately know what it is before you ever even see it. You know it by smell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's on Netflix. We're watching Fairy Tale.
They don't
It's
have Fruit Loops at
it's
work, though.
garbage. I don't like it at all. You don't have Fruit Loops at your work?
No, they got Trix.
Oh, that's because everybody would just be walking around with their noses up trying to find the Fruit Loops. Because that's what happens.
Because they're all named Sam and
Yeah.
toucans. But anyway,
Just once somebody buys one and opens it, suddenly everybody in the factory goes, and they all start this train over it. They're just all hovering over them as they, what's going on? But you're loving Fairy Tale.
I wouldn't say loving, but I definitely like it more than you do.
Yes. You don't hate it.
No,
I'm borderline hating this show. What did you think of Fairy Tale, Kristen? You watched a little bit of it with me.
I did. I think I watched an episode or two.
Yeah. Going back to your favorite thing about anime.
Yeah, right. I already don't like anime. Let's just start there. And I hate the voices that they give every single girl. It's the most obnoxious, high-pitched,
Are you watching it?
nasal.
English or Japanese?
We watched it in both. Didn't
Yeah, because
watch
we
it in
wanted to see.
both because we
Yeah.
wanted to see if there was a difference, and there wasn't.
Well, there was. One was in Japanese.
right. But it's just
I've
that
watched it all in
like,
Japanese.
and it's not just the girls in this one that have that voice. It's the girls and the guys, and it's the over animated, just stars in their eyes and
Emoji
puking.
stuff.
Yeah,
I always think
just,
emojis is.
Yeah,
just-
that's
a good
just
way
what
of
I come
putting it,
back to. It's like emojis all over the screen.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a lot of just over the top, overacting, which it's a cartoon. How can it be overacting? But it's too much, and I don't like it.
Over voice acting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's over voice acting and overdrawn and animated, and it's really hard for me to even be in the same room when Marcus is watching it. Even when I have
It's
my
hard for me to be in the same room when I'm
headphones
watching
in,
it.
when I'm watching Gilmore Girls on my phone, doing my arts and crafts, and having that in the background, it's too much.
So
The other Patreon episode will be the Gilmore Girls intervention for Kristen.
No, I believe in the episode previously known as episode 74, we talked about having one of them be where you and I go on a head-to-head battle for who knows the most about Gilmore Girls.
I like the idea of this. We should do it.
Yes. And I thought it was also going to be the off tasting.
Yes,
That's right.
I did bring that up, that I wanted to bring in a tasting kit, an off flavor kit
Yeah.
from Amazon.com, and
Not a sponsor.
and
The non brick and mortar store.
Yeah.
the not brick and mortar store. There you go, and do that as a challenge for you guys
Yeah. To see if we really know what we're
to
talking
see
about.
if you know what you're talking
Dude,
about.
I'm
Because
we're full of crap.
totally
it's
down with
now
Yeah.
been over a year of you guys building your beer palate, so you should be able to taste a few off flavors.
I still
right?
think that we need to brew a beer.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that you would learn so much just brewing a beer and just about what flavors come from where.
No,
I've
I'm
learned
totally
a lot
down.
from you brewing beer.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. I would like to brew beer. That would be fun.
I want to.
All right. We'll talk about. Is that also a Patreon episode? We
Sure.
have so many topics now for this. This is gonna be a great Patreon episode.
This will be a future Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like beyond.
Yes.
Patreon beyond.
So anyway, Jeremiah, what did you think about Fairy Tale?
What do I think about Fairy Tale? I've only seen it as far as he has so far.
Yes.
Um,
Because the biggest demon in your life right now is the all-seeing internet.
He's the all-seeing internet demon, and I'm about to bore under some railroad tracks just so that I can,
You're about to sneak attack
Yes.
the internet demon.
provided that the internet provider will work with me on that.
Yes. Might have to get together, do a little team battling.
Yep.
So, should we jump into next week a little bit?
Sure.
You're not going to rate it first?
We'll
I
do
thought
that
you
after we're
loved
done.
rating.
No, we still have the rest of
Yeah.
the month.
Yeah. Oh, the anime.
month.
Yeah. I get to keep
The
watching it,
whole
Kristen.
rest of the month.
Oh my god. I will watch. I'm gonna try it with the cereal, and if I still absolutely hate it, I might not watch anymore. I might just say
You might have to
screw
jump.
it.
Your
You might have
prerogative.
to
Yeah.
jump to Lucky Charms for this one.
Something. Yeah.
Lucky
something.
Charms.
Something with a little
Oh,
extra
God, that's
pizzazz in
gross.
it.
Oh.
Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's the
I
only
can do
way,
that.
right? Even the Oops All Berries is too much, and the regular Captain Crunch is too much. It has to be the mix.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Unless
do
you're
agree
buying a
with that.
box of each and mixing them, neither of them's a good purchase. So next week, I do want to touch on. We're going to be drinking Can I steal Beer Thunder again?
Go
Did I do it
ahead.
again?
You did.
We're drinking Barrenwood Barley Wine Ale, which is 10.4% from Skookum Brewery, Arlington, Washington.
Yep.
And it's being brought on the show.
To be fair, though, Skookum, I did not like Skookum for a long time. Their beers were not so great. They've brought in new head brewers, and so far, everything that's come from this new batch of brewers for Skookum, I have totally loved.
Nice.
So I am beyond excited to see this here, especially with how good our last barley wine went.
Yeah. I'm scared again. They're
know.
super sweet.
But it's
is
got
my-
the numbers
they
that
tend-
you
they tend to
love.
be.
It does. It does have good numbers. We'll see. That
Yeah.
last one we had blew my mind.
Because
Right.
it was a real beer.
Yeah. It was not. It wasn't as much the wine part of it that that you get from a lot of barley
They
wines.
weren't brewing it for just the numbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was super. It was a Rogue one. What was it called?
It was Old Crustacean.
Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Old
Old
Crustacean.
Crustacean.
Bottles are right up here.
And it's amazing. It's worth every penny if you see one and you like potent, good. I guess if you really like barley wines, it might not be your favorite because it doesn't
Yeah.
really taste like a barley wine, but it was super good. I've never had a beer that was as potent as that Old Crustacean, but still tasted so much like a well-rounded beer.
It was even more grounded than an Old Rasputin.
Yeah.
And it was higher percentage.
Yes. So good.
Yeah.
And it comes in a kick-ass bottle.
Dude, that bottle is amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, though, back to the one we're going to be drinking next episode. More stuff to talk about in the Patreon episode. Dina is going to be joining us. Dina
Yep.
Marie, who has every Friday,
Lift your spirits.
Lift Your Spirits with Dina Marie.
Yep.
And so check that out.
On 11:50,
11:50
I think.
Is
at
it
8 in the
Pretty
morning.
sure.
Don't confuse them, though, because it's the station 11:50. It's at 8 in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah. But she's bringing the beer.
She is.
Yep. As you previously stated on the episode previously known as 74, Back to the Roots.
Yes.
Yes. So that's
the
super
verse where
cool.
The guest brings the beer.
Yes, I'm my way into it.
Does it
Yeah.
count that I paid for this one?
Oh, come on. We paid for this one. Okay,
cash.
I apologize.
I used my tip
You
money.
you did all the shopping while I went and got takeout.
Do you know where it was
Yeah.
that we deviated
From what?
from the guest bringing the beer?
When you stopped having guests.
No.
Zeb.
Zeb? Was he the one that did it?
Oh, dun, dun,
You know, it's okay though because that is still one of my favorite episodes.
It is.
I love the episode. It's the one where we reviewed Journey.
Yep.
So, and it's really, really good. It was awesome. Zeb was so beyond nervous and just like shaking in his seat for the whole episode. But it was
And
so
that was before
genuine.
you guys even had video.
Yeah. But it's so genuine and it's great.
It
and
is.
it was really, really good. So something to mention though is that Dina is not a nerd at all. She's not nerdy. I'm sure she is nerdy, and we'll try to figure out what her nerdy thing is.
We covered this. Everybody nerds about something.
Yeah, right. She's not nerdy in the sense that we're nerdy.
Yes.
Right. But she actually
Wait.
requested.
She doesn't like Dragon Ball Z.
Right? She
Even
can't
Kristen
say
likes
that.
Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Okay, Dragon Ball.
Just say you
but
like
whatever.
Oh my god, this
I can't
Patreon
even
episode is going to be the longest podcast ever.
Part 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
But
but
she liked GT. We know she liked GT.
everybody does.
You do.
Anyway, she's not a nerd, and she wanted nerd
It's all
homework,
about the Blotsways.
right? Yeah, and so I really kind of racked my brain to try to think, what do you give a non-nerd that's nerdy and still relevant for what we're doing and all that, right? I'm trying to balance all these things. And the thing I came around to was that on our next episode, we're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy 2 pregame episode, right? And I thought, what better movie to give somebody to expose them to the MCU than Guardians of the Galaxy,
Oh, yeah, totally.
right? It's totally this. It's really funny. It starts off on its own point. You don't need to know anything about any of the other movies. And it's one of the best team movies I've ever seen.
Oh, I think it's one of the greatest movies made, period.
Yeah, just in general, right? Yeah, it's so good.
And if nothing else, it hits you with the soundtrack.
Yes.
Like if you can't relate to anything else in that movie, the soundtrack will suck you in.
Yeah. Well, and I figure if she doesn't like it, we have so much ammo to she'll never be on the show again. We'll just tear her a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we love to do to all of our guests, right? Come back again. Yeah. So yeah, I gave that to her. We'll see how she reacts to that next episode. I'm actually kind of curious and excited to check all that out.
Ooh, we're going to have to hold Josh.
Get a hold of Josh for what?
Guardians of the Galaxy is like his favorite movie ever.
Oh man. Okay. I have to have him on. We should have him. Maybe he'll go see it with us. He can be on that
Yeah.
episode. Yeah. Okay. So as far as what's coming out that we should pay attention to for this week now is Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 1, the Telltale series that comes out. The Guardians of the Galaxy pregame, we'll be talking about that. And then the Disney Afternoon Collection.
Oh, heck yes.
Yeah, you were pretty excited about it.
I was.
So share with everybody what games you're so excited about. What comes with the Disney Afternoon Collection?
Well,
I'm trying to flash back to the original.
DuckTales is the one that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
With the Pogo Stick Scrooge.
Yes.
That was just, I spent way too much time playing that game.
I've only dabbled.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But again, this is pre when I owned my own system, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
I'd go to a
That's
friend's
true.
house, and the last thing we're going to play is DuckTales,
Okay.
right?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But it looks like here you get Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers 2, which has to be better.
It's got to be.
Because sequels are always better.
always.
Yeah, they're always better.
Darkwing Duck, which we know is awesome.
I was a big Darkwing Duck fan.
Yep.
I mean,
Tailspin, which is even more awesome.
Cloud Kicker.
Yeah.
Want myself an airfoil.
No, dude, it's all about the flying bear.
Okay, can I be Cloud Kicker then?
Sure, why not?
Okay. You can fly the plane. I get to be on the airfoil. I'll do the cloud surfing.
You're
And
going to
then,
sit on a couch and play together?
Yeah.
DuckTales and then DuckTales 2. So
Yes. And the thing to note for both Guardians of the Galaxy and Disney Afternoon, they come out for everything except for Nintendo.
Nintendo.
So that's kind of unfortunate.
Sorry,
yeah.
Switch.
Or your friend Josh.
Yeah, right. Sorry to the other Josh. So now it brings us to another part. Let's just call it another part of the episode because it's a little bittersweet, right? It's
Yeah.
fun because I'm buzzed,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's also sad because we're drinking all the beer, and we get to report on what we thought of it, and we'll do that. Let's do that in the style of comparing it to the West Coast
Okay.
because we've already rated this.
We
And
have.
I really don't mind Outburst.
No.
It's not. I don't think it's the best like Imperial IPA that you could get, but it's completely fine and totally adequate.
Which is why you brought up how about putting the beers in the rated order and all this other stuff. I really think we should have a part on our website, which is the beer fridge.
Oh yeah, nice. I like it.
You know, like what is our beer fridge?
Yeah, and this for me, this is it's not uncommon to find Outburst in my beer fridge.
I've never seen your beer fridge without it.
That's true. That's true. There's usually, I bet if you dig through those other randoms that are, because like the door in my beer fridge is all random beers.
Yep.
And I bet in there is an Outburst, might even be right now, or in the bottom drawer of my house fridge, not just the beer fridge, because I have beer stash spots
Which
too.
it should not be in the house fridge.
It's in there though.
Just throwing
Yeah.
it out there.
That's for those really tough nights when I really need a beer and I'm
Yeah.
freaking out, right?
Oh.
Like my
Oh.
addiction gets the best of me.
If there are
Then I'm
nights
like,
like
oh,
that,
no, wait.
then-
Yeah, no, wait. I got that one. That
Oh,
one that
God.
saves me from a problem.
I had a traveler that was like 8 months old that was in my fridge. That was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Was it worth it?
No, it was not.
So this one, I would say it's definitely a lot clearer and it's lighter.
It's a lot clearer. I think it lasts the spectrum better.
Yeah, I mean, as far as sticking to its original profile.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with you. And this is more, to me anyway, it's more citrusy than the other one and less of that kind of bitterness that lingers in your mouth. It's lighter.
Yeah.
It's lighter. Than
It's lighter all the way around. It seems the word I've always used, more attenuated,
Yeah.
which means they started with less grains to begin with.
If you
Fermented them out better.
if you had to rate it next to the West Coast, do you like this better?
I gotta say I do.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah, the West Coast is just heavy and strong,
Yes.
and just it lingers.
A little more abrasive.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, for me, it's a little smoother. Yeah. I don't know. I like
It's a
it.
more
It's still,
well-refined beer.
yeah. What do you think, Kristen? What do you think of your Outburst compared to that other one? Compare them now.
Compared to the West Coast IPA,
Considering
double India Pale Ale.
Yeah.
Consider she grabbed the second bottle and started pouring it. I'm guessing she liked it better.
Well, she had some
I
encouragement
did the same
there
thing with the other one too. Well, you poured it
No.
for me
because I'm a gentleman.
because you're a gentleman.
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely easier to drink more of because it doesn't have that linger on your palate quite as much.
Skunk tongue.
But as I was telling you in the car earlier, The West Coast IPA, it did have a little bit of that, but it wasn't an aggressive, like lingering. It didn't sit there and make you think, oh my gosh, I have to like swish my mouth out with something, or I have to have a glass of water, or I have to. There's been some double IPAs or even just regular IPAs that I've drank that have been so aggressive, and the West Coast IPA wasn't as much in that direction. So it was pleasant to drink. I'd drink it again. I rated it pretty high on the episode previously known as episode 74 that is now in archives forever.
Yeah.
Oh, we're never throwing it
The
away.
dark hole of the whatever
The
flash
nerd
drive
abyss.
that
Yeah, yeah.
you keep it on.
It's taking up hard drive space somewhere.
Oh, this
But-
was
Collecting
cloud,
digital
man.
dust.
But if I were to compare the two, I prefer a citrusy beer, and the Pyramid definitely has a stronger citrus, lighter taste. So I would probably choose that over the West Coast IPA. But if there was nothing on the menu that I knew besides the West Coast IPA, I would definitely choose that.
No, it definitely has a much lighter body. It does not have a light body by any stretch of the imagination. Just so you guys all know that.
Lighter.
But it is a much lighter body than the West Coast IPA.
And, you know, for Marcus, I'm not surprised he picked the Pyramid because it is 0.4% higher. So, you know, on Marcus standards, that makes it better. So,
Yeah, it helps out with the buzzed, which I'm
Totally
a big fan
helped
of.
out with the buzz.
Yes,
I
yes.
can tell. He didn't pregame at all before this.
No, not at all.
actually, I don't
I
think you
never
did.
pregame. So I guess that brings us to the end. Again, it's
Yep.
bittersweet. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, babe, for joining us.
Yeah,
It
thank
was
you.
awesome. Thanks for gracing your presence to the nerd room.
Twice.
Yeah, it's always
the
nice.
same
It's always
episode.
nice to have a lady in here. You know, it's
We're
not
going to
so-
have one next week
That's
or
true.
next episode.
That's true.
Later
That's
this
crazy. That's a nerd buzzed record.
It
and,
is.
Yeah, she hasn't
and-
shown up yet, so
And Emily offered to come be on an episode.
that's
too.
true.
Oh, yeah.
Another lady,
So-
right?
There we go.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, maybe I have to
Getting
get
some
that fourth
lady
mic
love.
after all.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd love to hear her just chew
Yeah.
Josh go at it.
Yeah. That would be good.
Two
We'll do it.
snarky people.
Yeah. So to all the nerds,
Through all the fuzz.
bottoms up. Let's get nerd buzzed. Stay nerdy, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, flash. Go to all the links. Find us on @nerdbuzzed on Twitter @nerdbuzzed.
You
You can find us on Facebook, Patreon. Donate that $1. Get bonus 12 episodes every year,
Subscribe to our channel.
and subscribe to YouTube.
and rate us.
And always stay nerdy and buzzed.
Yes.